So another misconception that a lot of buyers have is that they really want to wait until rates come down and the market kind of slows down a bit. I think it's a misconception. What are your thoughts about that, Mark?
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel like it's a bad time to buy, and I would push back on that because, one, even if you have a 6.5% interest rate, historically that's really cheap money, and I understand it's really tough to get your mind around that when you've heard 3.
But under 3.
Or 3 or under even at some point. And the reality is it hits your pocketbook more when the price of the home, typically speaking, when the price of the home goes up more than the rate fluctuations. And so my advice would be, I would tell someone, look, we don't think prices are going down. We're in a market that's fantastic. In this market in DFW, I run into people all the time. I've still got clients who wish they would have bought 2 years ago and they didn't because they thought they could outthink the market. And the reality is if you wait 2 years, you're probably going to regret it. And that's because we have a market where people are moving here, and we're just not going to have a fallout in prices if that's what you're waiting on.
Yeah, I agree. Just want to share, actually almost a little more than a year ago, I was showing a house in a really nice city here in the DFW area, and it was a crazy thing that I personally have experienced. There were showings on Saturday and Sunday only from 10 to 4. We had 5 minutes to show a 3,100 square foot home, and there were about 150 showings scheduled. They declined over 200 showings. And on Monday morning, they had 76 offers. I discouraged my buyers from even submitting an offer because just a shot in the dark. And they closed on 160,000 over asking. And those 160,000, most likely you cannot finance, so you have to bring them cash to the table.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the appraisal, of course, but a lot of that is going to be cash. So I agree with Mark. It's probably, if you can afford to buy, most likely you'll be able to refinance down the road, right?
Yeah, we think there's going to be some opportunities to do that, and just don't forget the fact that if you're renting, you're actually paying a mortgage. It's just not yours.
Yes.
So for some people, buying really makes sense, and I think they need to have conversations like we're having about this to get all the details and all the facts.
Yeah. And about rent, one more thing I want to add, and it's really when you rent a place, and especially a lot of people before they buy a home, they want to rent a home, and there is no cap on the increase on the property taxes that the city charges or the county charges to the landlord. If you have a home, if you're a homeowner, you're
passed on to you.
Yes, and it's passed on to you. If you're the homeowner, your increase is capped to 10%. It was 2 years ago, I believe, or last year, I don't remember, where the average valuation for taxes in Dallas County was about 43%. And guess who is paying that full 43% tax increase? It's the renter, it's not the landlord. So just something to think about, especially if you're renting, but also obviously if you're owning and want to move.
Yeah, so the bottom line is have conversations with Heike. She's a fantastic realtor, very good at making offers, winning offers. Obviously she's got a lot of experience, and her client experience is second to none. So thank you for the time, and I've really enjoyed doing this 3-part series.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate your insights, and let us know if you have questions.
Awesome. Thanks.
Thanks.